A file about the 2003 murder case. In order to protect the privacy of the individuals and victims, in the following article, all names have been altered except the murderer. The details of the story have been adapted to make it smoother. But I will try to tell the whole thing.
Mr. Helen Otis, I called out to the boy who sat in front of me, but he didn't reply. He was wearing a light blue patient robe, his dark green circles under his eyes, messy jet black hair, and his skin pale as paper. His gaze straight at me, like how a predator stares at its prey. I'm a psychiatrist. It's my job to interview patients. He's been here for some time now, but I've never seen him communicate with other patients. He always stayed in the corner of the room. Needless to say, he was an eccentric kid. This is a judicial psychiatric hospital, and the only difference between this place and the asylum hospital is this is where we treat patients with criminal records, to prevent the patients from another infraction. His silence didn't help at all. Do you know this? I pulled out a picture in front of him, showed a set of dark-rimmed glasses on the road. This was his crime scene. He stared at the picture and spoke softly.
This is from my best friend.
Can you tell me something about it? I asked. But he just stared at me without saying a single word. Look, since you came here, we haven't been making any progress. If you can tell me something about this, then just tell me about it, please. After I finished my plea, he heaved a sigh and said,
It's rather a long story.
His story is about a quiet teen in class who was accused of stealing a watch which belonged to a very popular classmate. This caused him to be bullied by a group of students. He and one of those students named Tom became friends, but later found that his friend had framed him. They argued at the rooftop, and Tom accidentally fell to his death. This was a photo of Tom's glasses after the accident occurred.
I tried to save him. I tried to pull him up, but he let go of my hand. I didn't know what he was thinking at the time.
He finished his story, then looked down at his hands. He seemed to be thinking about something. Recalling seemed to give him anxiety. I had predicted this before he said anything. The patients who were sent here, as well as their cases, are recorded in their files. Intriguing cases from high schools are very common for teens like Otis. Bygone memories of the past fade, but not in the case of Tom's death. Maybe that's why Helen can't forget the past, or forgive himself. And what happened after that? I continued my questions. At least we're making some improvement.
After Tom died, Halloween was just around the corner, and the school had a Halloween party, and everyone had to dress up. I prepared a mask one night before the event. I was so tired, so I napped, and then I found myself here.
In the file, it stated that he killed 17 people that night. No one knows how he did it. They don't rule out the fact that more than one person was involved. Do you remember what happened during the party? Any details? I asked. He shook his head, then continued to look down at his fingers.
Doctor, why am I here?
He asked quietly. Because you're ill, I answered. He rose his head in response. Come on, you're only 14 years old. Your future's very bright. I gave him a patent smile, hoping to cheer him up. I wanted to let him know that I'm his friend, not an enemy. This is what I said to the boy. This is the first time that he ever spoke more than a word. At least he was talking now. We made good progress here. The atmosphere always suffocates me. Maybe because this is a hospital. Not the best place for a sane person to stay for long. I got surrounded by different patients every day. Grown accustomed to it until now. Felt something unfamiliar. I feel like I'm a frail sheep amongst a pack of hungry wolves. I'm pretty sure this place is slowly eating my sanity away little by little. Something in Helen Otis's file had stuck with me. I decided to ask him in person, in the next coming interview. We met in the small room like the previous time. I greeted him with a smile and he responded with a few blinks. I took that as a greeting from him. As I sat down in my place, I flipped open my notes on his case, and I looked him in the eyes. I questioned the femininity of his name. Ellen. Did your parents name you this? He thought for a moment. Then he told me that his parents had difficulty conceiving children. And they were eager to have a daughter, but instead gave birth to a boy. Due to his mother's weak health and their financial situations, they couldn't have any other children as much as they hoped so. So they decided to raise their only son as a daughter. As he finished his sentence, he fell into silence. As I was thinking what kind of response I should give, he opened his mouth again. Not only did his name sound feminine, his parents also bought girls' clothing for him when he was younger, raised him like a daughter instead of a son. Neighbors and children around the area didn't know he was actually a boy. When he reached the age of 6, he had to go to school. Afraid that the way he was raised would cause a huge concern, his parents tried changing their ways, finally treating him as a son. Maybe this is why he had some feminine characteristics.
My parents are very fond of me, and I understand their difficulties, so I have not complained about them. I do not think they have any problems.
His family was very dysfunctional. He grew up under his parents' twisted faith and overly high expectations, which affected his growth. He lost some basic human traits that he didn't notice. Plus, he doesn't seem to know how to express his feelings due to the environment he grew up in. It's hard to change the patient's opinion on their family's faith. I wanted to tell him what his parents were doing was wrong, but it wasn't the right time, so I kept my mouth shut. Although he rarely talks to other people in the hospital, he talks politely whenever he does. We chatted sometimes. We sat on the white bench in the park. We looked like best friends. We don't always talk about things related to the hospital or his case. We talk nonsense sometimes, and it was these moments that we both felt relaxed, especially me. I really felt the tension between us loosening. In this place, patients will randomly pick fights with one another. He won't pick fights, neither does he stop them. He always manages to avoid any form of chaos and live peacefully. That's pretty smart of him. In the year 2001, on the 3rd of October, he was discharged from the hospital after receiving treatment for 7 years. Time for him to return back to society. He's now 21 years old. He's no longer the young boy I remember. I was the one seeing him off. Thinking back made me feel happy for him. Don't you ever come back here, Helen. If you come back here again, we'll only meet when you're sitting on the electric chair. Those are the last words I said to him. I patted his shoulder and smiled. He nodded in response. He had a good nature, if you ask me. I remember the look of him when he left. He wore a dark blue windbreaker, a pair of those black pants. His hair was still that same messy jet black. When he tried to comb his hair a little. I truly hoped that I wouldn't see him in this place again. After his discharge from the hospital, he was behaving well. We sometimes talk by email, or meet up at a cafe. We talked about what we were doing now. He works as a mover and a cleaner as a part-time job. His body's grown quite muscular, looking much healthier than when I first saw him. He saved a small amount of cash and rented a small old house. The environment is quiet and nice. He had brought some art tools, started to draw. He told me that he wanted to become a painter. He still didn't talk much, but I'm happy that he found his goal in life. He said he never blamed his parents for what they had done to him, but he never once visited his parents after he was discharged. After we confirmed that he wasn't any threat to society, we finished our observations on him. In the year 2003, October, there were a few missing persons cases. Judy George and Maggie Wang, both age 24, were a few of the victims who were missing. These cases were very popular at that time. Didn't really care. The police have no clue on who was responsible for these cases. They thought there was a guilty pleasure freak behind them. There was no specific motive. It just seemed this was all done for some sick satisfaction, making him harder to track down. Until the police found out the victims were all in the same class with Helen Otis before he entered the hospital, as well as the survivors from the gruesome case from a few years ago. The police decided to investigate his home. When I saw the news, I felt my heart skip a beat. I tried to contact him as well, but to no avail. Something bad was going to happen. I sat in front of my TV, my mind jammed like glue. I can't think of anything or do anything. Dear God, no. Please, no. Echoed in my mind. On the 17th of November, the night was dead quiet. The place was silent, which made his house in the middle of a field look more eerie. The police broke the lock on the door and opened it slowly. A rotten stench greeted the intruders from the darkness of the house. One of the policemen shone a torch through the home. Surprisingly, there wasn't a piece of furniture in the entire structure. Apparently, no one had lived there for quite some time. They moved inside quietly to check the source of the smell. And suddenly, one of the policemen felt something brush against his shoulder. When he pointed his torch up, he saw something that scarred his mind. An upside-down human with a twisted face was eyeing the police. The corpse's neck had been ripped wide open. The policeman freaked out and called to the others as he scanned the rest of the house with his torch. The house was full of such corpses, like a butcher's shop. Every single body's flesh was a drawing canvas, and the writing on top of it was the process of killing the victims. One of the body's jaws had gotten ripped away brutally. All the paint on the canvas was brown. This was proven later to be the victim's blood after analysis, turning brown because of the oxidation. There was a total of 5 bodies in this house, including Judy and Maggie. The other 3 were the ones who gave witness about the murder case involving Helen to the police a few years ago. This home seemed to be more like a gruesome art gallery of victims than a butcher's. All of the bodies and canvases were facing the entrance as if they were greeting the ones who enter this place. The police couldn't figure out the intentions of the murderer other than him making a cruel joke. I fell into despair I'd never felt before. I really hoped that he was not the one who did this. After the news was published, neither can I eat or sleep normally. My health was sliding downhill, my sanity escaping. Anything be worse than this. I really want to go back in time and punch myself. The next day after the news was released, I received a call from the police and they asked me about the murderer. They received Helen Otis's patient file from me. I told them everything that I knew about him. The police took note that I was not well. I told them that I was terribly shaken by the discovery of Helen Otis. I told them that Helen is a good person. He was just walking down the wrong path. I thought I had stopped him from going stray. The police found a letter at the crime scene. They asked me to stay calm. The letter was written for me. I asked to receive a copy of the letter from the police. They complied. And they left. I stared at the letter, thinking of whether to read it or not. I was on the verge of a breakdown. I felt something in the letter could salvage me. As I sat back in my couch, I don't know how long I was staring at the letter in my hands, and I slowly opened it and began to read.
Dear Doctor, I finally remember what happened that night after I looked at my mask. That night 7 years ago, the day before Halloween, I kept fidgeting on my bed, unable to sleep. All of the things that happened to me stung my mind like needles. That time, I thought to myself, I had to do something about it. And then it happened. I threw a turned-on hairdryer into the public bathtub. There were a lot of people present. I remember I used a simple fork to dig someone's eyes out. I remembered I ripped someone's head from his neck. I attacked everyone who lived in the student dorm. I can't fully remember all the details. I just did what my mind told me to. When no one was screaming or struggling anymore. Peace fell upon me. A peaceful feeling I had never felt before. I fell to my well-deserved slumber on a pile of bloody bodies. When I opened my eyes again, I saw you, Doc. You said that the reason I'm here was because I'm sick. Well, I must be pretty ill for now, but I never felt so peaceful in my life. Maybe I am better off to be sick like this. You told me that the next time we meet is on the electric chair. What if it was the other way around? You must know that I've got my own way to meet you in person. See you soon.
When I finished his letter, my mind went completely blank. What the hell was he trying to say? His last words sent a chill down my spine. I felt like a prey to him. Became one of his targets to hunt down. Wait, no. Maybe when he was still in the hospital. I was already a prey to him. Maybe he longed for this day to come. God knows what was going on in his head. He never showed his emotions, even though I'm his doctor. I could never truly understand what kind of person he was. I even thought of him as a friend. Hell, I even said he was my own child. Everything we went through was just a lie. Why am I so fucking dumb that I forget the rules of a hospital? They won't send any sane person into that fucking place. The police won't be on a patrol at this time. My life is like an unstable time bomb until the day that he gets arrested. I'll never know what he'll do. My chance of getting killed by him will stay the same. I don't know when the worst scenario will happen to me, so I wrote it down. At least I won't die without letting others know what happened. I live alone. It's bad. Began to be paranoid about my environment. Even little things made me jump. Before any of this could happen, he used to be the most harmless patient I'd ever met with, but now he can kill me any second he wanted to. Helpless prey. That's what I get for ignoring the fact that he's a criminal. Tried to save him myself. This is not a lost teen who walked the wrong path in his life. This is actually a real-life criminal. And here I am, staring at what he's really capable of. Maybe his stable behavior was all nothing but an act. The moment that I felt happy for his recovery was only for me. I don't know how to face him anymore. I don't know what is going to happen next. I truly hope that everything will be okay soon. I just heard my house's door open.
This article was written in Dr. Elmer Christopher's notebook. In the drawer, there were some old newspaper articles attached with it. He already moved out of his house when the new house owners had found this and posted it online.
感谢 Mr. Creepypasta 与 Easton 担任这部动画的配音员。今年是原创角色血腥画家角色创建5周年，他可说是我经营最久的角色。他活跃于欧美的 Creepypasta 圈 ，Creepypasta 也就是网络都市传说的意思。有名的瘦长魔 Slenderman、杀手杰夫、无眼杰克也都是属于这个圈子的。 这圈子内的一些故事，由于被大量流传或多次改写，作者已经无法考究。但大多故事只要有心去查，都还是能找到原作者。血腥画家是我于2013年创造的虚拟杀人魔角色，全篇故事为3篇，分别是前面动画剧情内2017年的故事起源，2013年被流传最广的故事前传，同样2013年发布叙述主角童年创伤回忆的血之中。血腥画家的整个故事都是用真实案件与恐怖电影元素拼凑出来的，混合了真实杀人魔艾德·盖恩、杰佛瑞·丹默、亨利·里·卢卡斯以及杀人魔电影《月光光心慌慌》。少年院与司法精神病院的资料与处理方式跟流程是参照日本杀人犯少年 A 的传记《绝歌》，还有在司法精神病院工作的医师史蒂芬·席格所写的传记《我和杀人魔相处的那一年》这2本书。血腥画家的本名叫海伦·欧蒂斯，他的外表冷静且不苟言笑，他的话很少，但谈吐却很有礼貌。他对外界很冷漠，除了自己之外的身外之事全不在乎。他是个自私的利己主义者，凡事都优先考虑自己，判断任何事物的标准只看对自己有没有好处或利用价值。他的父母将孩子当成宠物或玩具般控制，这长久下来使他有些过度压抑的问题。他不主动对谁示好，除非对方对自己有恩。他基本上恩仇分明，但若眼前有大于这份恩情且立即的好处出现时，他会直接选择背叛恩人。他缺乏性别意识与道德意识，聪明，善于计谋与策划布局。简单的说，是个外表高冷绅士，但却完全表里不一的混账。他是个重视凶案现场美感的犯罪者，会将每次犯案当成创作作品一般细心安排，可说是个创作媒材与手段选用都相当极端的疯子艺术家。顺带一提，前面动画中的场景是参照 CNES 纪录片《眼不见为净》中的司法精神病院。为了讲求真实性，故事中角色身上发生的事大多都是参照真实案件编写。我非常喜欢旧式杀人魔电影，我希望也能创造出像那样的角色。我16岁那年写出了血腥画家的第1篇故事，在请朋友帮忙翻译成英文后，我于2013年10月16日将它发上 DeviantArt 网站并经营了起来。2个月后的12月22日，我发布了第2篇叙述主角童年创伤回忆的故事《血之中》。那时经营得非常勤奋，几乎每天都有更新新东西。作品累积起来变成了堆积如山的漫画、角色图、2D 动画影片。这些作品现在看起来都已经是黑历史了。半年后，血腥画家顺利地发展起来，各式各样粉丝制作的同人作品与 cosplay 也开始出现。对经营原创角色的作者而言，没有什么比看到角色就算脱离了自己的手也能活灵活现还要喜悦的事了。但在那之后发生的各种事，让我感受到经营这角色的期间，是我在网络上度过最神奇的时光。在故事背后的后台互动短漫中，我让自己的角色跟其他作者的原创角色有所互动。之后我们也在双方都同意下，添加了一些角色之间关系上的设定。我的角色也因此有了朋友与女友。能这样跟其他作者交流创作是非常有趣的事。而问题之后就发生了。一些偏激的粉丝因为不想看到自己喜欢的角色有官方配对，还有一些是想逼官方让角色配对成 BL 的腐女粉丝，他们跑去用各种难听的字眼骚扰官配女角的作者，不止辱骂他的角色，也骂角色作者，要逼他删掉角色或逼官方拆掉官配。不管我发了多少次公告叫大家别这么做，但不听的人依然照旧，还有人完全无视官方意愿，直接站上官方的。短短几个月内，官配女角的作者那收到将近300封这样的骚扰信件，这些莫名的骚扰也让他崩溃。看到朋友被这么骚扰，虽然知道不是自己的错，但还是会想着都是因为我创造了这个角色才让朋友被攻击，这也让我多次想将辛苦经营起来的角色删掉。而同样的状况也发生在圈子内其他已经顺利经营起来的角色与他们的官配上。一些作者在被骚扰一段时间后，表示创作对他们而言已经不再是件开心的事，导致更新愈来愈倦怠。而当时的我也一样，有几位作者因为受不了这样的骚扰现象，也因受不了看着自己的朋友被骚扰，就将经营多年的角色删得一干二净并退圈了。2016年，血腥画家的故事已经被翻译成各国语言并四处流传。因为故事是在欧美网站扩散开来的，大多人会以为它是欧美创作者的作品。由于故事被大量流传，很多人对它信以为真，它变成了真正的网络都市传说。 但因为这样的大量流传，发生了一些神奇的事。从西班牙的网络论坛上流传起了血腥画家召唤仪式游戏，它就像网络上常见的众多都市传说验证游戏一样。这游戏之后也被不断的流传与翻译成各国语言，一堆频道主开始玩起这游戏，游戏方式也随时间不断的被改写，手法愈来愈像真的可行的传统降临游戏。起初我觉得这游戏很蠢也很好笑，一直到有人玩这游戏发生了小状况，或为了玩这游戏而跑到深夜的森林里时，我开始觉得一切不大妙。由于我是作者，所以我很清楚角色是虚构的，不是真的，它不可能被召唤出来。如果因为这游戏而真的吸引到了什么无形的东西过来，造成灵异现象，那个也绝对不是血腥画家。若为了玩这游戏而跑去危险的地方，这样也是非常不安全的。5月10日，我发布了公告谈论这件事，并请大家不要再玩这游戏了。我不希望看到任何人因为这样遇上危险。但公告一点效果都没有，不听的人依然照旧。我对于这状况完全无能为力，我只能把能做的宣导给做好。若别人不听劝而发生危险的话，那也不是我的责任了。一直到现在，还是陆续有人在玩这游戏。只要搜寻关键字，就能看到无数召唤血腥画家的游戏实验影片。而我现在也只能抱着轻松的看戏心态，观赏那些召唤着我的原创角色的影片。这在我眼里其实傻得蛮有趣的。2016年4月3日，我将角色脱离了 Creepypasta 圈子，打算以不依靠任何圈子或项目的方式重新经营它。我觉得圈子外的环境更适合原创角色长远的发展。我重写了所有世界观与设定，将其绘制成漫画。我想将它从杀人魔电影风格转变成少年漫画，但改版后，我觉得越画越不对劲，就像角色的韵味消失了，变得不再是他一样。随后，我的学业开始忙碌。我没有那么多时间能继续绘制漫画来推广改版后的故事内容，我就把角色放置了1年半以上。2017年，我想回来继续经营它，但此时已经20岁的我也注意到16岁时的自己所写的故事设定并不完善。为了重建它，我开始研读起了犯罪心理学还有与真实案件相关的书籍。6月11日，我发布了新故事《起源》，这是叙述2013年版本的故事之后所发生的事，这也补足了过去不完整的内容。随着改版，血腥画家再次回到 Creepypasta 圈，我将起源作为角色主要故事推广，并将先前已经广为流传的2013年版本故事改名为前传。我也将画面风格从以往的动漫风格改为 PS 创作。改版后也将故事内的事件发生的时间与日期都设定得非常详细，目的是为了让它变得更加真实且合理。2018年3月，血腥画家拥有了自己的维基百科界面，英文维基档案也在同年5月架设完毕。以上是目前为止整个角色发展的过程。若想阅读血腥画家的3篇主要故事，可以在维基百科内找到连结。若想知道角色官方后台的所有故事、小漫画、经营期间发生的事、时间轴等等，我有整理成一篇名为《血腥画家完全导读指南》的文章，发布在部落格上，网址我会放在影片下方的文字说明区。有兴趣补足血腥画家所有历史故事设定的人，可以去看看哦。希望这部影片能够帮助大家对这位我手头最老牌的原创角色能有更深的了解。我是 DeluCat，我们下次再见，也祝大家万圣节快乐！